Hello!
Welcome
Yet
back.
again, my friends.
Welcome back, bitches.
Hello.
Time to solve this. Well, time to investigate this murder.
No, the time to solve it. Alright, he did it. He did it like that, and that happened. I get it perfectly. Then we go home.
Who is your primary suspect at the moment?
It was Akane. But the fact that, you know, now I know that someone who solves the thing...
You're conclusively deciding that it was Akane who killed him?
No, I'm saying my prime suspect
Oh,
was
your
Akane.
primary suspect.
Pay attention to the question you just fucking asked me. Mate, I would have had to have, like, gotten my fucking word sword out if this were an actual trial. No.
I will let you make decisions so quickly.
Shut the fuck up. It was Akane. That's who I thought it was. But then because of the whole door thing and the whole, I can travel between them now I'm thinking it's Fuyuhiko or Gundam.
Okay.
I don't think it's Kazuichi because it's too obvious that it would be him. Because it's like, I want to disassemble you. Oh, well, there he is disassembled. Now we know who it's not.
Who do you think is intelligent and out of everybody here, besides Nagito, who is smart enough to solve the final dead room?
Fuyuhiko and Gundam.
Those are the only two.
Oh, out of everyone or just the people I suspect?
Out of everyone. Because they are suspects.
Chiaki's
in
a
your eyes.
Marisu. So yes.
So they are. Anybody who can solve the final dead room is a suspect. It should be a suspect in your eyes.
But we couldn't get to the final dead room from this side.
They could have gone like I said. They could have solved the final dead room and done a double back. Once you've done the final dead room once, you have access between the two houses.
We saw everyone before we went to bed. So that means they would have had to have gone out in the middle of the night.
Which isn't out of the question.
It's not, but it's all too convenient. And then how come Nekumara goes out and goes downstairs that early? If it's someone from this side, and they've gained these magical powers from the final dead room, why would he just go downstairs?
Maybe they're coaxing him along with them.
They would have had to have gone up and got him and told him, hey, come down here, and then why weren't they with him at the time?
Why weren't they with who?
Well, let's say it was Akane. Akane goes through, solves the final dead room, which she ain't fucking solving that.
She ain't fucking solving
No fucking way. But then she goes and says, hey, Nekomaru, come down to Grape Tower. I got some...
Hot sex to show
fucking
you.
Give me that massage, except I'm gonna suck your fat robo dick.
I heard it's got a piston function.
Yeah, just like that Teen Titans animation. Thank you, Zone. Where was I going with this? I got distracted by porn.
Akane solves the final dead room.
Yeah, then she, then she has to be walking down the stairs with him, but Fuyuhiko didn't see anyone with him.
No.
But Fuyuhiko could be, the one that did it, which is why I suspect him. Because he's just saying, yeah, he went down there on his own, for no reason.
Yeah, he saw him just as he was leaving. Akane could have already been down the stairs ahead of him.
Why would you, if you're gonna kill someone, you do not walk in front of them. You walk behind them or next to them so you know where they are and that they're following. She wouldn't be like, come on, Nekomaru!
Wouldn't she? Or would she want to act...
It's why it's not her! That's why it's not her!
I'll have some fudge. I'm hungry. Still.
Is this clock malfunctioning? No way.
This is a highly efficient radio clock!
Radio killed the radio clock. It's a type of clock that proceeds... Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to do something that we've never done before. Yeah, I suppose.
What?
I'm gonna get through this first. 7 and... Okay, so his clock was broken, yeah. I'm gonna look through our truth bullets before the fucking trial. So...
You're invested in this one.
It's someone I liked.
And you think it was done by someone you like?
One of two. So what was it under? Wall clock.
Press A.
At 5:30 a.m., the alarm of wall clock in the alarm of wall clock.
Excuse me, what the fuck?
I'm glad I did this already. At 5:30 a.m., the alarm of wall clock in the lounge on Strawberry House's second floor started going off. They were paid money. They were given some cash wonga. What the fuck else have I missed by not reading these so meticulously? At 5:30?
Fuyuhiko was at the lounge by coincidence and managed to stop the alarm, but Kazuichi and Gundam rushed to the lounge after being alerted by the sound. However, Nagito was apparently the only one who didn't hear it.
His alarm was broken at 7:30. What time was he seen?
You know what? I mean, I know who, I can remember who did it, and I can remember, like, how it happened, but I don't remember these tiny details. That 5:30, 7:30, that's thrown me off. I can't remember what the significance of that is. Oh, it's mine.
Apparently Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking toward...
Take over for me!
Will do. Apparently Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking toward the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 a.m. And if we go to the Real Monokuma file, what time of death? Time of death. No, it's not going to tell me what the time of death was? There's a lot of clocks. Clock's arms are stopped at around 7:30, and the alarm was set to 7:30. See, my theory was if the alarm upstairs had gone off at 7:30, then clearly they've taken the radio thing out of this clock and put it into the alarm clock upstairs. But this was supposed to go off at 7:30, the other one went off at 5:30.
Yes.
But how did his clock stop moving at 7:30 if he was dead before then?
Was he dead before then?
He had to have been.
I actually don't know. I can't remember this bit.
He had to have been, because, like, otherwise, how was that alarm going off and how was everyone else there? And then we discovered him at 7, didn't we? And we heard the loud crash. We heard the loud crash at 5, so yeah, he would have died at 5. I looked in the Monokuma file, it doesn't tell you the time of death.
Then that's obviously significant to the case.
And there's a lot of clocks going around, so I'm feeling some tomfuckery, you know?
Oh!
You know what?
His chest clock can't be changed.
It's a radio clock.
Because it's a radio clock.
It's stopped, though.
The wall clock might be able to be changed.
So they went in and it was ringing at 5:30. So,
or was it?
So it wasn't 5:30.
Or would... yeah. Maybe
They might have... It's hard to tell the time in here, but I imagine 3 people would be able to tell, like, a difference of 2 hours. Or did they all go back to bed?
Yeah, would they? Their sleeping patterns should be completely out of alignment.
But did they all go back to bed?
What if the time's been changed? And so when they wake, when it goes off, it's actually 7:30.
Hang on a minute.
That's a possibility because I think the wall. I actually can't remember if the wall clock can be changed, but it hasn't. We haven't established that it can't be changed.
But then I can't find an account of them saying they went back to bed afterwards, so they would have noticed if they were just hanging around for 2 hours.
Exactly. So they weren't hanging around for 2 hours because the wall clock was wrong.
But then we should go and look at the strawberry wall clock.
I mean, are we finished investigating here? I don't think we are.
You're not finished investigating here, Hajime. Get back to work! For the sake of it! Cool.
Oh, cool.
Oh my god. Ah!
Hello! Oh.
You're the worst.
Jeez, this is the worst.
Huh?
Jeez.
You guys overlooked an important clue. I swear, you're just the worst. As I thought, there's no way I can leave this to you guys.
What are you talking about?
Well,
I found this under a fragment of the pillar that tipped over.
Is this a doorknob?
you don't
Looks
even
like the
know?
screws came out with it. That wouldn't happen unless you applied a ton of force to it.
But where's the door?
Plus, it looks like there are scratches near the base of the doorknob.
Hey,
Don't you think it's strange?
So the fucking doorknob's to the fucking door.
There's two. There's two of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the other door.
What other door?
The other door behind us that's opened, so
Oh,
you
right.
can't see the doorknobs.
Grape Tower.
Hmm.
Grape Tower's door, yeah.
see?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, indeed.
Now then.
If that's the case, where did this doorknob come
The
from?
other one.
If it's not the door that... Oh,
That's me. If it's not the door that leads to Strawberry Hall, then there's only one other possible. It's the grape one! I figured it out, not you, you talentless fuck! It'd have to be the door connected to the grape hall that we entered from, right?
Well,
Well, it makes sense to think about it like that.
But when you're crazy like me,
We should try it out.
try it out how?
you don't know.
We take the elevator to Strawberry House and we enter Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall. That's the only way we can see the other side of the door, right?
But the button to open the door to Strawberry Hall is broken, right?
It's obvious.
We can just repair it. After all, we have the ultimate mechanic on our side.
Yeah, see, ultimates are pretty useful, right? Unlike you.
Well,
You're right, but I need parts to repair the door in Strawberry Hall.
Conveniently.
I can repair it if it's broken, but I don't have enough parts, and there's not much I can do about it.
But you have plenty of parts right here.
Huh?
see?
Just use Nekomaru. I'm sure if you dig through his body, you can find parts you can use.
Yes, because a fucking robot, a living robot, has the perfect parts to repair a door panel.
Yeah, like...
Fucking movie logic.
Like screws and...
Does he need screws? Yeah, just these cables. They're all plugged in and working. You just need to screw them in a little bit. Screw it. This is good. It's beautiful. Hold on. Are you saying we should use parts from our dead friend?
It's called recycling! It's a much better alternative than disposing it with the rest of the junk, right?
Junk?
Hey,
Well, Kazuichi, is it possible or impossible?
Like you said, I could probably use those parts to repair the button, but seriously, hold on! Even if you do repair the button, what's gonna happen to the chain on the other side of the door?
huh?
Chain?
Looks like you overlooked an important clue,
I was
Nagito.
thinking that.
The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain's there.
You don't need to worry about that at all.
Huh? I don't need to. What does that mean?
Now then.
Kazuichi, we should go over to Strawberry Hall so you can repair the door.
Hey, I'm not finished!
Hajime, you're going to come later too, right? It'd be really bothersome if you didn't. I mean, if there's someone in the tower, the door won't open at all.
Right?
So you should at least make sure you're not pulling my leg.
Broken doorknob. I'm gonna shoot this doorknob at someone.
Huh?
What the hell happened to him? He seems on edge about something. Woman problems?
Who knows?
Damn right.
Yeah, that reminds me of my woman problems. She's dead. Nagito asked Kazuichi to do something weird for him, right? You see that blowjob thing again?
It had something to do with how the elevator spins 180 degrees. I wonder what it could mean.
Could mean that the elevator spins 180 degrees, but we can only theorize at this point. Actually, to tell you the truth, Nagito asked me to do something weird too, but I can't legally tell you. I'm a Yakuza. He told me to investigate all the clocks inside both buildings. Here we go.
Here we go,
boys. The clocks?
I...
So I did what he said and checked them all, but none of the clocks had their time messed up.
Jeez.
But why did he ask me to do it in the first place? I don't get that bastard at all.
For now, why don't we head over to Strawberry Tower too? Along with the doorknob matter, there are still many mysteries surrounding this that we don't understand. If we go to Strawberry Tower, we might be able to solve some of those mysteries, maybe.
Didn't you like her when this started?
We've had this discussion, and I still kind of do, even though I wish I don't.
Jeez.
But you see that she's terrible.
Yes, absolutely. God, yeah.
Looks like that's all we can do. Let's head over. You're right.
She is bad. was too blind to see. Leave? Do 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 do
Do do do do do do ba da ba da ba da ba da.
We walked into the elevator. Made our way
You
to
spin
Strawberry.
my head right.
Thank you for those two message boxes. We really needed that.
Hey, you're here.
Kozuichi, how'd the
It's
repairs
been like
go?
10 seconds. Yeah, well, the damage wasn't too bad once I got his kidney stones in. He had this really cool part in his crotch that'll work as a lever. Oh my god! You got a lot of nerve saying that when you use Nekomaru's parts without my permission.
Hey,
Well, I mean, even so.
now then.
Anyway, now that we're all here, why don't we hurry up and try it out?
Someone grab his dick for me.
What will happen if you press the button to Strawberry Hall's door?
Even so.
But there's no way it'll open. You haven't done anything about the chain.
Hey,
Yes, let us reiterate this. Mm-hmm.
Unless
Unless...
it's the same door.
Mm-hmm. How? When the tower rotates?
Because science. Like, imagine.
Hang on a minute. But the lift. We haven't discussed the lift. It spins 180 degrees. So what? What does that mean? There's only one door, and it does change buildings.
That means. So you got this one here, you got this one here. That means it has to turn around. And if, like, it can't be the same tower. But it is. It is the same tower.
What?
Because if the lift just spins. But yeah, that would mean they'd be like this, and the two hallways would be like here and here, which means that would. There'd only be one doorway.
Also, the tower is the thing that moves on a rail.
But it can't be.
Why not?
You make a good point, but it can't be.
Why not?
Because then the two doors wouldn't make sense, unless that spins as well. Big fonk.
Big thumb.
I'm telling you.
Big thumb.
So let's assume that the two towers are next to each other instead.
Okay.
The two buildings are next to each
The
other.
buildings are next to each other, and all the elevator does is turn.
Yeah. You just stand and it goes. Whip.
Yes.
You got the halls.
Yes.
How in the fuck is the?
Oh
tower-
yeah, they go opposite ways, don't they? One hall goes left, one hall goes right.
No. Because like, imagine the lift is here. It opens up here in the great.
Oh
house.
yes, of course, yeah.
That
Okay.
when you spin it
Yeah,
that way,
yeah,
they're
spin
both
it- yes,
facing
you're
this
right.
way. Is that moving up and down as well?
The elevator. It does take it a while to open.
But it's moving the entire tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monokuma would do that.
He would, but has he, is the question. Because then, it would make sense that they wouldn't have a rotating feature for Grape Tower. Or Strawberry Tower. If the Centre Tower. Let's call it Centre Tower. They wouldn't have a rotation for Centre Tower, because why would they? So you're coming in through the same door both times.
Yeah, and the chain doesn't matter. Supposedly.
So you're coming in through the same door, but they're swapping their icons.
Their icons. How are they doing that? Lights?
I don't fucking know. They managed to do it the entire fucking room. But that would mean that that door is the way out.
Let's play a little bit more. I do remember the answer to this. I'm playing with you.
Am I anywhere near the truth?
It's difficult to say yes or no.
So half.
Oh, well, we'll know if we try it out.
It's not even worth trying it out. No, we've all come this far in the elevator. We don't actually know how far it is. Well, we're here now. If he's saying we should try it out, then we should give it a shot.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
That'd be good, wouldn't
Can we
it?
go solve it now? I want to pass by flawlessly.
There is actually another clue that you're not considering. There's another clue that you're not considering that tells us how the towers work.
Which one?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, for fuck's sake, you're a cunt.
There's no way it will open. Absolutely none whatsoever. No. Uh-oh.
He's in the same position from us. We're entering through the same door. The outside of the tower is rotating.
Where's the chain?
Yeah. Give me 30 years in a cave with a single dripping stalactite.
He looked at me with sorrow just then.
So we're on the same side that we came in from before.
If you visually speaking,
But not in reality. So the floor is turning.
but why would the floor have to turn? Because the elevator turns. What have you just realised?
The elevator doesn't move. The entire building spin around.
No, it does because the compass turns when
The Earth is rotating, Finn.
Well, yes,
We're on a
but-
ball of dirt in space. Help! The elevator turns like that.
What?
The circle room, middle center
Yeah,
tower. Yeah.
yeah.
Center. Let me get some paper.
Okay, I'll try and explain what he's drawing.
All right.
Okay,
So
right. There's a
you've
okay.
got a tower.
Okay.
Another.
There's a yeah. I was going to say right. There's a cock. There's
Okay.
right.
Center thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you got one of them here, one of them here. Yeah?
Okay. That's is that.
Buildings.
So this is center tower.
Here's a fucking center
Right.
tower. And
Okay.
you've got,
Right.
you've got
So that's what the map.
strawberry.
That's what the map looks like now.
Strawberry. There's a strawberry.
No, that's not.
Then
As a butt plug.
you got butt plug tower and anal bead tower. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the elevator's here.
Yes.
And it goes around that way.
But why would it need to turn?
Alright, it goes around
That's
here.
exactly how many. Going from there to there is exactly what we think it does now.
Okay, this spins. And then, when other buildings come close,
What spins?
it whacks the whole
What?
building. Monokuma is here. The aliens will land if we use grapes and butt plugs and we multiply those two together. Do you know what you get? You get a bumpy butt plug. That's two B's and a P. And as we all know, BBP sounds like BBC, the British Broadcasting Centre, which was established in 1917, which can only mean that in 1,917 years, aliens will land in Center Tower. Nekumaru was an alien.
You've solved it. You haven't a clue what the answer is, do you?
Alright, I'll start trying.
You could have used the other side of that piece of paper.
I got a cock on it.
Oh yeah, you did.
You know, I like your theory, but what's the cock about? So, we'll put Center Tower here.
Yes, that's centre tower. There's a circle in the middle of the paper.
At some point, there's an elevator.
Okay, there's a square at the bottom of the paper.
There's this building.
Yep. Right. There's two bigger squares. Okay, there's a square and a hexagon on either side of the paper.
Because those are the shapes of
Yes,
them.
these
Somehow
these are the
pieces-
4 elements that we are working with.
This is my magic system.
Yes.
There's one you're not considering,
Yeah.
however. See,
Yeah.
when you cast a little square on big square, circle can block.
This is not this okay, the audience doesn't get this.
We've drawn a pentagram.
Okay. Right, so these are the 4 elements that we are working
I'm
with.
so confused.
A big square, a big square
Look,
building.
There's fucking grape building.
The answer is actually very simple.
Strawberry building.
That's a strawberry?
Shut the fuck up. Elevator. And then
Tower.
center building.
Yeah?
So CT.
Mm-hmm.
The extra.
Okay.
So
How does it work?
these buildings need to be somewhere around center tower, with the elevator somehow getting from one door to the other,
Yes.
and it has to rotate 180 degrees to do so.
Yes.
That is the only established rule that we have.
Yes.
So how is the elevator moving? See, okay, so here's diagram 1, right? This is great.
Okay, so yeah, we've got a building.
And then you got the elevator here,
Okay, you've got a building and you've got a small square underneath the building.
and then you got
And underneath that you have another building. Okay, so diagram 1 is that the elevator is sandwiched between the 2 buildings.
yeah. But the only issue with that is, where the fuck is center tower?
It's right here and moves on a rail between the 2.
And that would explain how we're going in through the same doorway each time, but not where the chain went.
Well,
unless it rotates. But then what about the chain?
But what about the chain indeed?
So this diagram
It's
not
false.
functional.
It's false.
The next one that we've got, which would require the elevator to rotate, would require a very complicated series of different rotations from all the buildings. But that's not it, because you said it's a simple answer. The thing that really is throwing me is, how does the elevator exist in tandem with center tower? Because once I know those 2 elements, the buildings can just go wherever the fuck they want, wherever they fit.
Say that to me again.
So you've got center tower, right?
Yep.
How does center tower interact with elevator? What's the in tandemness of them two? Where
Okay.
does the elevator go in tandem with where center tower is to get to the 2 buildings?
Mm-hmm.
The 2 buildings could be on either side of the room. The only other theory I've got is that it does work how I initially thought and how the map is displaying it, and the elevator just rotates fucking for no reason. But the floor of this center tower rotates depending on which side you're on.
Yes.
Was that confirmation or just
It looks like it rotates.
the floor though?
If we go with that theory, yes, it looks like it would rotate depending on which side you're on.
So you're saying it doesn't?
I'm saying, no, I'm confirming, I'm agreeing with you that is how it would have to work.
So that could mean that the buildings are either next to each other or opposite each other. I can't think of any other way in which the elevator would rotate, unless none of it's fucking rotating and the fucking center building is just fucking going around.
The compass is just wrong.
So that's all I can get so far out of
The lift
this.
is actually lined with metal that just fucks up the compass.
But my only other theory is that not only does the elevator turn, but this room also moves.
I'm kind of worried to see what your reaction's going to be when you find what the answer is.
So I haven't had the right answer so far. Should it be obvious to me?
I didn't figure it out until the trial, but then I never figure anything out until the trial. I didn't have my own eureka moment.
Would you expect me to be able to figure it out?
Yes.
Should I have figured it out by now?
Given how much we've discussed it, yes.
Am I looking at it the wrong way?
The elevator does turn. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Something's turning.
And it ain't Nekomara, I'll tell you that. Alright, well, we'll continue onwards then. Huh?
Hey.
Hajibe, did you just have a stroke?
Why did it open?
Impossible.
Impossible! Where did the chain go?
Hold it.
Hold on a sec, that's not the only thing that's strange.
That's right, there's no other way to say it. This definitely looks weird.
So.
What do you mean, huh?
Hey.
Hey, doesn't this all look the same as when we were in Grape Tower? Yeah, you're right. When we were inside Grape Tower, Nekomara's body was in front of the far back door. Unless the walls rotate. But then what does that have to do with the elevator?
Yes, yeah, we've just discussed this. He's in front of the other door.
Hey, hey!
Parts are carefully arranged when I disassemble the body all moved too. Did they? The body isn't the only thing that moved. Even the tipped over pillar and the spilled oil. Oh right, yeah. I see what they mean. Yes, it looks like that the walls themselves have rotated 180 degrees. That's what they're trying to say.
No, it's the floor.
All the floor is rotated 180 degrees.
If someone was going to rotate in here, it would have to be the floor. So this is wrong as well, obviously.
I think you should have got it by now, but I think you might think that the real answer is a bit bullshit.
They're the same building.
Because when I discovered the answer, I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll swallow it.
Unless it... See, the only other thing I can think of is that this is in the centre and these two rotate around it.
What, Grape Tower and Strawberry Tower?
Yeah.
Rotate like a fucking, yeah, helicopter. Like the blades of a helicopter.
Yeah. Because then the elevator would go from there to there, but as it's turning, so the compass would turn to point the other way.
That's true. But then, why don't they just leave the... But there's no chain at all.
That's the other thing that I don't
There is no chain. The doors were able to open. See, no matter what theory we can come up with, it's always the chain that you can come up with. It's the chain that ruins it.
Unless it's the floor comes out and goes to a fucking different tower.
They just changed towers. There's two towers on a rail, and the floor comes out from underneath it, moves the other tower in place.
Let's look at this diagram again, boy.
And then puts the
you got
floor
one
back.
tower, you got two tower. The floor comes out of this tower and goes to this tower. Towers for hours.
We solved it. But then why does the elevator rotate?
Because it's rotating to this one.
But then why not just change the tower? Why if you're gonna have two towers anyway? Wait, no, because then it would have to. Of course, because you want to give the illusion.
No, it's more than that. I feel like there's an even greater mystery here. A mystery so great that it could drastically affect the outcome of the case.
Yeah, all right.
Big it up a bit. You're stupid if you don't get this. Strange feeling intense. Strange feeling?
More like anomaly. The anomaly of the tower. The chain disappeared. This strange feeling I felt when I went back and
strange about how this is fucking weird.
Nagito's completely figured it out, but because he's had like the answer,
and he's a Mary-Sue.
No, he's had the answer presented in front of him.
He is also a Kyoko Mary-Sue.
He is also a little bit of a Mary-Sue. Yep, just as I thought. It was definitely the right choice to confirm this.
Just as you thought? But then you already know about this mystery?
You have a bad habit of relying on others, and when you don't understand...
You saw through the window, you cheating cunt!
Why don't you try to investigate?
Why don't you try fucking shooting yourself again?
See?
A door at the far back with the picture of a grape on it.
Alright, yeah, fine. I will get another fucking clue.
Door at the far back with the picture of the grape on it. It's missing a handle.
Hang on.
Yeah? Okay, where does the handle fit into this?
The chain is on the other side of this door!
The door turns inside out!
The door flips upside down! The doorknob's gone! If only we'd found a doorknob somewhere.
Now then.
It's the same as that doorknob that was on the floor.
See?
See, the screws came out with it, right?
The doorknob next to Nekomaru's body came off the door to Great Hall?
whatever. Yep, that's what it looks like. We still have more investigation to do after this.
What?
Did you get even more confused? Aw, no need to worry. Just one clue will change
Which
everything.
one? Huh?
All the mysteries will be solved as if everything were linked together if you can reach it. Just like I
We
did.
gotta solve the final dead room again.
What does that mean?
Never mind, I can't do it.
Yeah, you fuck yourself.
That it's time
So they
for
are
the
withholding
class
information
trial.
from me.
Yes. Although you can, with wild theories.
Oh,
figure
wild
out-
theories!
Okay, no, not wild theories. Okay, no, there's only one theory where it all makes sense. One feasible theory that you can come up with, and then you go, wait, that means this, and therefore this. Yes, of course, that makes sense. Oh, but except that one thing where I was like, okay, yeah, I can see that. Okay, whatever, sure.
So I need to visualise it, which I'm not very good at.
The paper sure as shit ain't helping.
Or is none of this anywhere near?
No, I mean, like, it's not helping you visualise it.
So is any of this anywhere near, or is this scrap?
I mean, there are two buildings, there is an elevator, there is a tower, and something does rotate.
Something. One thing.
Something does rotate in a way, yes. Well, we know something has to rotate for the compass to move 180 degrees.
And it has to have something to do with the elevator turning, because the elevator has to go from facing one way to facing another way.
Yes. In such a way that it can still enter a building. Because there's only one door in the elevator.
And there's only one door, so the elevator has to turn around.
What does the final dead room allow you to do?
Travel between them.
Yes.
Oh. Oh. I did think of it, and it's so stupid! You're not thinking three-dimensionally, Marty!
So what's the answer?
One's on top of the other.
Yeah!
It's an elevator.
It goes around the building. It goes diagonally. It curves around the outside of the building.
It's a fucking actual tower.
It's an...
That's why you can't see the top!
So what does Central Tower do?
Nothing.
It does do something, because like if
the
one...
floor goes up and down.
Yeah, there we go.
Ah! The buildings are on the same side, they're just fucking...
One's on top of the other, yeah.
That's how the hatch was on the ground
Yes,
in the final dead room.
that was the big clue I said that you're not thinking about.
I thought about it, but I was like...
You open the hatch and you literally just
I
jump
thought,
into
I
Great
thought it would
House.
be like, yeah, you jump in and there's tunnels underneath.
No.
That go to the other side.
That's what I thought at first as well.
Do you think that's fair that I figured that one out? Or do you think you helped too much?
I mean, if I hadn't reminded you of what the final dead room allows you to do, then maybe you never would have got it until the trial. So, I don't know. Do you think that's
To tell
fair?
you the truth, I'm tired.
You
Extremely
mentioning that
tired. I feel
was
like
spark
starting
the
over
spark.
Dominoes.
There's no reason to think that I wouldn't have gotten that spark in the first place. I had all the pieces. I just needed to visualise it. I already thought, what if they're on top of each other? I was like, no, there's multiple floors. But it could go on top of all of them. And I'm like, how fucking... Like, we would have seen this tower from outside, so I dismissed it. But then I forgot, wait a minute, this is Danganronpa. Eat shit.
Man, I know.
Shut up.
Hey, hey!
How are we supposed to... Yeah, the trial ground.
Damn it!
It's gonna smash through the fucking floor or some stupid shit.
Hey.
You guys hear something?
Hey.
What do you hear this time?
Mm-hmm.
Ka-chow! What's popping, fellow weirdos? It's your boy Monokuma!
I guess I'm just solving all the fucking mysteries today.
Hang on, that doesn't make sense. What do you mean? doesn't make sense. Strawberry Tower is on top of Grape Tower.
So it went all the way up.
All the way up.
It's a lift, dude.
It just went all the way up.
The real mystery.
All the floors. Seems that way.
Come on, it's not that.
I have
You
no
went in a
reaction.
mountain!
I have no reaction to this.
Jeez, at least be a little cautious. It's obviously a trap.
It appears you can.
I agree. I detect the scent of danger. Even my familiars are saying do not go inside. How interesting. If you can kill me, you're welcome to try.
Everyone's gone.
Try it, guys.
So who's the murderer?
Eeny, meeny, miny, you. I mean, you know, game on. It's for your Eagle Gundam.
We're the same. The same step ladders.
Huh?
I don't know. Standing next to me. Oh. He was perfectly still. You and I are just step ladders. For everyone who holds the title of Ultimate. I always believed that I didn't mind, and like you, I know my place.
What are you saying? Man.
That's why I was prepared to become a sacrifice at any time, and from that, true hope would be born. I always believed that the talent that survived would be true hope.
Damn it.
But it wasn't. There is no hope amidst all this killing.
Of course there isn't. What kind of hope comes from killing people?
What?
Really? Are you suggesting that sacrificing others for hope isn't real hope? But
You're wrong!
you're wrong! It's only natural and extremely obvious that strong hope devours weak hope.
Isn't that right?
After all, that's what it means to live, right?
No. What? What the fuck? You're just saying buzzwords, you
Yeah,
dipshit.
that's not how philosophy works. Oh well, it's not like that's what I wanted to say to you anyway.
Hey,
There's like this one novel I like. It's a peculiar mystery story.
Huh? A novel? What the fuck are you talking about?
The story is told from the
I
point
saw a
of
movie
view.
one time, and also, this one time I caught an octopus when I was fishing with my dad.
The story is told from the point of view of a high school girl involved in a serial killer mystery. But when you get to the end, surprise, surprise, the girl was actually the killer! Of course, the story is written carefully so the reader doesn't learn the ending in the middle of the story, which is bollocks.
Why are you telling me this?
The protagonist is just a projection of the reader, and this projection turns out to be the killer, which means the killer you were looking for the whole time was inside you all along.
I get it. Hajime's ultimate despair.
How do you feel about novels like that? Bullshit.
What the fuck are you talking about? You're just jumping from one topic to another. And I can't comment on a book that I've never read before.
no good.
Such a normal answer. I should have expected that from a talentless reserve corps student like you. But I know that you don't matter at all, so why do I care about you?
Good point. Fuck off.
You admire hope. I love hope.
Right?
In some ways we're similar, but maybe that difference is what's making me so emotional.
Enough already! I don't have time to argue with you. Let's go. Everyone's waiting.
Everyone, huh? So you still believe they're just like everyone else? You're just like everyone else? Reserve Corps students are so full of themselves. Ha 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 ha.
That chilling laughter. Calm down. That's right. I need to calm down.
Monokuma Rock. Down we go.
Hey.
I don't care.
Blah 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 blah.
I want to get to the trial. I want to do the trial.
Blah 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 blah.
What the
Blah,
fuck
blah,
is
blah.
this?
Psychedelic.
That's not a legitimate answer. I don't walk into my fucking Louvre and go like, oh, what the fuck have you done with the place? It's psychedelic. It's like, yeah, I want to see the Mona Lisa.
You said, what is this? And I said, psychedelic.
As if that's an answer that should give me any kind of hope, but it filled me only with despair. See, that's an ideology that you could make a whole game series on.
Yeah. In V3, they changed that. It's not about hope and despair anymore, although they still use those terms. It's about truth and
It's
lies.
about journalism and gourmet.
Truth and lies is the new theme of V3.
Isn't it always about that anyway, though? I think that's
No,
a fact
no,
of
it's
it.
in like you know how they throw the words hope and despair around in Danganronpa 1 and 2. They throw around truth and lies like that. In
But
V3.
it's so exhausting to discuss useless things!
You're right, like we just were.
That's the joke, that's why I said it when I did!
Yay!
It's on top of the other town.
Yeah.
So let's just get on with it already!
so sad. My chest hurts. Forcing everyone to fuck off.
Hey.
Hey. Don't go talking without permission after I've said my catchphrase.
It's Fat Monokuma!
Otherwise, I'll roll the dice. And based on the result, I'll give you a sex change.
Edgy.
Why not just roll flip a coin?
No, it gives you a sex change operation that many times.
Yeah, why not just flip a coin?
So that if he rolls a 6, then he'll do it 6 times.
So why not just leave her alone? Why not just fucking hit her in the face?
Now then, let's go get on with it once again. Let's get a move on, boys and girls, and whatever you're gonna be.
And so it begins. He's still dead. He is still dead. He's still dead. He's... Yep, indeed, yep. Well, sure shitting a couple of them. Fuck, it's like none of that.
Yeah, everyone's nearly dead on this screen. Well, nearly everyone's dead.
And there's me.
Was it me?
Could it have been? That Hajime guy's pretty weird, huh? Talentless fuck.
And so, shit happened. And with that,
No!
yeah,
I want to do the trial!
well, with that, it's been
Oh, it's been perfect, yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, fuck this. Thank you all for watching. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And until next time... Bye.
See